Is there a more controversial topic than immigration? Today we're going to talk about the old immigrants. We're not going to be old immigrants at this point. They're going to be old immigrants when we talk about them in the future. But there are a couple of reasons that we see a lot of immigration to the United States during this antebellum period. First of all, there are a lot of jobs. And there's a lot of wages. There's higher wages than in the old world. And there's lower taxes. There's also cheap land for the immigrants to buy. And there's no entrenched aristocracy to get in the way. And there's religious freedom. And there's voting rights. So we can see there's a lot of immigrants coming from Europe, mostly at this point, to the United States for these reasons. One of the big groups is the Irish. Now, the Irish are going to come here because of a push factor. They're pushed out of their country because of a famine, particularly the potato famine. In about a third of their population is actually going to end up in the United States because of this potato famine. They tended to come over here. They were poor, and they tended to live in the cities where they landed, places like Boston and New York City. And they're going to live in what are called tenements. And these tenements are important because they tended to be dirty, poorly constructed, not clean, prone to fires, prone to crime, prone to disease. They're going to be seen as kind of the worst places in the cities. And the Irish, when they come over, they tended to be different than the Americans living here at the time, who tended to be Protestant. So there's going to be this anti-Catholic bias against the Irish when they come over. Now, when the Irish come over, they're going to be taking jobs that normally would have gone to sort of the cheap, unskilled labor. And there's going to be a big racial conflict because of this. A lot of the freed black population up in the north was also competing for those same jobs. So there's going to be a racial conflict between the Irish and the African Americans who are class-wise in the same situation, work at the same jobs, but they're competing for those jobs, which means the Irish are going to end up having a bias against the black population up in the north.